Nicky Lucky Lewis, also known as Crime Master, was a masked criminal who attempted to organize all non-Magian New York City crime gangs under his control.
He was opposed by Spider-Man, Frederick Foswell, and especially his chief rival, the Green Goblin, whose real name, Norman Osborn, he had discovered.
The Crime Master's attempt to build a criminal empire failed when Foswell informed the police about a large crime boss gathering Crime Master had organized.
Seeking revenge on Foswell, he prepared to assassinate Spider-Man, J. Jonah Jameson, and Foswell at the Daily Bugle. But he was instead killed by the police waiting for him there upon Foswell's tip-off.
Nick Lewis Jr., also known as Crime Master II, the original Crime Master's son, met Janice Foswell, the daughter of the original big man, during his education in Europe, and they became engaged.
After learning that both their fathers died due to alleged involvement by Spider-Man, Lewis decided to take up his father's identity as the Crime Master to avenge his death.
Unknowingly, Janice also had the same idea and disguised herself as the new big man.
Both met and joined up to battle Spider-Man, the Human Torch, and the Sons of the Tiger. But when they got into an argument about who was in charge, Janice was fatally shot by Nick.
When their identities were revealed, Nick broke down in tears and was subsequently left to the police. Since then, he has apparently remained in prison.
Alter ego Bennett Brant, also known as Crime Master, has been affiliated with the Savage Six.
In his earlier life, Bennett Brant is the brother of Betty Brant. He ended up in a gambling debt with a gangster named Blackie Gaxton to pay for his mother's medical bills.
With the help of Dr. Octopus, Gaxton kidnapped Bennett and Betty as insurance against anyone who wanted to prevent him from leaving the country.
Bennett was double-crossed by Gaxton, who refused to free him of any debts.
Blackie Gaxton was fatally shot during a melee between Gaxton's gang, Dr. Octopus and Spider-Man.
Many years later, a new Crime Master appeared. He proved to be a shrewd planner with substantial resources and many henchmen.
His paths first crossed with Eugene Flash Thompson, the most recent host of the Venom symbiote, when Flash was sent to stop a mad scientist who had developed powerful Antarctic vibranium bullets for the Crime Master.
The Crime Master subsequently organized his own team to destroy Venom, which he called the Savage Six.
It consisted of himself, Jack-o'-lantern, Human Fly, Death Adder, Megatack, and Toxin, which now has Eddie Brock as a host after he lost his anti-Venom symbiote.
When Betty Brant was brought before the Crime Master, she was shocked when the Crime Master revealed himself to be her own brother, Bennett Brant, who invited Betty to join him in killing Venom.
After his unmasking, Brant claimed that the Crime Master identity went back centuries, and that the bearer of it was chosen by a mysterious criminal empire.
After Venom arrived at his hideout, Bennett Brant almost killed him with a sonic pistol and a flamethrower, but he was shot and killed by Betty.
When Venom began to make a comment on this, Betty stated that her brother had died a long time ago.
Venom later came across another imposter Crime Master who was smuggling weapons into the city. Venom fights this Crime Master and notices that he is acting differently.
At the same time, the Superior Spider-Man gets a call from Spider Island 2 about Venom and the Crime Master and proceeds to have a small army assemble outside the building in which they are fighting.
The Superior Spider-Man breaks into the building just as the Crime Master takes off his mask.
It is revealed that the man under the mask is an unnamed Magia operative who had just bought the Crime Master identity and gear from the Hobgoblin. The Magia operative then surrenders.
Later, Crime Master subsequently hires Blood Spider, Death Shield, and Jagged Bow to help him steal a damaged Regillian recorder from Deadpool and the Mercs for money.
After the heist goes awry, Crime Master attempts to buy the recorder through an auction being held by Deadpool, but is outbid by the Ozark's Kingpin.
Later on, Crime Master joins the Kingpin's organization and is killed by one of Fisk's enemies, who defaces the corpse with a sign that reads, "It's not your city."